today I thought I wanted to talk about that felt sense that I'm feeling satisfied with life at the end of the day, right? Have you had a very busy day, you have a lot of good things happen in the day, but at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you feel like, something's missing. I don't really feel fully satisfied. That's huge. It's really important to listen to this, because this is where I was, okay? Because even when we have done a lot of that trauma processing already, right? You may have a job that you like, you may have your own business, you may have a family, you may have some really nurturing friends now in your life. Your life has changed so much to back what it was like when you were still in that PTSD crisis, right? So there's all these changes. But still, at the end of the day, you don't feel that satisfied. And I don't know about you, but I was kind of almost beating up on myself. I was like, what is wrong with you? You know, how can you be so ungrateful? You have everything. You have a place to live. I have beautiful things in my life, and I live in a really beautiful area here in Australia. So I felt like, what is wrong with me for being so ungrateful? Okay, and yeah, so I really want to look at this today with you. Let's go a little bit deeper. So let me ask you, when you get up in the morning, do you get almost like into an autopilot kind of mode? You have your habits and routines that you do every day. You don't even really need to think about them. You just do them, right? You do them, you're going to get ready for work, you head out. It's all kind of on autopilot. There's not much thinking involved. You've done it so many times, you know how to do that, right? And before you know it, it's kind of lunchtime, and you kind of thought, oh, today at lunch I actually take some more time to enjoy my lunch. But then you constantly get phone calls and you get interrupted, and you don't, it's a quick lunch, and then it goes on. You just keep being busy doing activities that, whether this is your work or whether you're home, whether you're a parent, you have a big to-do list. You're just ticking them off, right? That was so me, okay? And sometimes it is even days when you feel like, you know, you may have even accomplished something. Maybe your employer or someone, or a co-worker or a customer or a client of yours really praised you, said, oh, this was really great, this was so helpful that you, what you did, or, you know, whatever that was. But still, you get to the end of the day, you had a super busy day, and you're not feeling satisfied. And it's really disheartening, right? It's like, oh, I'm doing all the right things, I'm doing the things that society wants me to do, and it's not happening. It's not happening. It's definitely where I was. And I was just so busy all the time. I kept myself busy with things that aren't even really aligned with me, didn't really mean that much, but it was so important for me to be busy. Perhaps that is for you too. It's like almost felt safer for me to be busy, because if I was busy, I didn't have time to look deeper. What is actually happening there? Why am I so dissatisfied? What is missing there? Why is this emptiness? Why do I have this hole there? This thing, right? So I kept myself busy and busy and busy, to the point that I burned out. I had a nervous breakdown, and it took me like 2 years to recover, to get my health back, and get my brain functioning again. So I don't want that to happen to you, right? This is really key here to me, and this is why I love doing those videos, to help you guys to really look at this. What is happening there for you as well? I think it's really important, because so often when, like, perhaps you too had so many different therapy sessions, you tried so many different approaches, you read so many books, so many YouTube videos, you take things on board, and you are doing the practices, like you said at the beginning, right? It's almost autopilot, you do them every day. But what often happens is that we take things on board, and even though they say, you know, it helps most of the people, we take them on board and we do, and they don't actually make a big difference in our life. And often what we don't take into account is, because our nervous system has been in this survival mode for so many years, decades for some of us, right? To be honest, it's been a real long time. And because of that, we have a lot of, we're at risk, or we already have diagnosis of other illnesses or conditions as well, whether this is autoimmune disorders, inflammatory disorders, all those rheumatoid arthritis and things like that, the gut, the irritable bowel syndrome, migraines. I have vestibular migraines, perhaps you too, Meniere's disease, all these kind of other things that we have on top of the complex PTSD. So you're taking those practices on board, and what sometimes happens is that some of those practices actually make one of the other conditions flare up, right? It's like, it sounds all good, some people have like things like aromatherapy. It's a very random one. It's not really that much. But a lot of people, even if I went to a yoga studio, they had this beautiful sense there. Most people love it, find it calming. It really sets me off. I started getting a headache straight away. So those little things, that we really need to tune in and become aware of. Right, and this is what I'm really passionate about now. So if you're new to my world, I am Tanya Bindigas. I'm an inner spark activator, and I help my clients to really leverage their unique power and kind of reprogram those kind of old habits that are kind of slightly misaligned for us. We reprogram them and really make them fit for ourselves, so they can then go and create a life that they love, a vibrant life, without minimizing or guilt or aloneness. And we use neuroscience and the radical self-awareness to do that, because we want to activate that inner compass, so we get really clear on what are our needs and desires. The true needs and desires, not the one that your psychologist or your doctor thinks that you should be doing or having, or the society or your friends. Like, what is it from within you? This is key to me. It's really important for my client that they choose things that come from within them. So when they're moving forward in their life, in their business, and in their parenting, whatever, that they can move forward with kind of certainty and some more energy and vibrancy and joy in their lives, right? Because that is just key, that we customize those things to fit that. And I help with that, but I also help clients to activate their own inner resourcefulness, their own radical self-awareness, so they become their own CEO of their own in the world, right? So you become so in tune with your body that this exercise, I need to tweak that a little bit for that to be more effective, right? And when we're bringing all this back to why we are not satisfied, is because when we're doing things, when we're just doing them for being busy and not having them truly aligned with what is important to us, then they're kind of meaningless, and we never really take it on board that we completed those things. We did certain things, right? So I invite you to, this is one exercise that everyone can do and try and play with. But I really encourage you to, when you completed a project, whether this is a big project for work, or whether this is like packing your kid's lunchbox, right? That can be a big project too at times, right? I know. But whenever you complete a task, I invite you to pause and really let that sink in for a moment, that, hey, I just completed that, and have a felt sense of the completion before you move on to the next task. And this doesn't have to be a long thing. It's not an extra thing on your to-do list. This is like 3 to 10 seconds, right? And you can incorporate your kids, if we go back to the example of you completed packing your kids' lunchbox, right? Get them involved in that as well. It's like, we've got the bags packed, we're ready to go, and perhaps give each other a high five, we've done it, and then walk out of the house, kind of thing. But having this complete and acknowledging that, I've done that. And when we're pausing that and have more conscious awareness, is, I've done that, and allow that to feel good, right? Maybe you just repotted all your plants, to pause and actually look around them. They look beautiful. Good job. Going a level deeper rather than just done and quickly move on to the next kind of task like I used to do. Okay, so I really encourage you to try that, and let me know how you go with that. Okay, I'm curious, just for one day, and check in with yourself, and you might forget often, like I I do too, sometimes I get back into that habit and I just do things, but then I know at the end of the day I don't feel so satisfied because I can't even remember what I did. But if I make that conscious pause and really check in and let that feel good and let feel proud of myself, or praise myself for that, it's a good job, and then I have more of a sense of satisfaction. Obviously there's a lot more involved, but I would really like you to check this out. And if you want to take this work kind of deeper, I invite you to book a free energy leak diagnostic call with me. On that call, we actually check for some of those energy leaks in your life right now, in your current circumstances. And we also look at where are you at right now and where would you rather be? Where is that gap? What's that missing thing there for you? And then if it feels okay for both of us, then I'll also share the details about my program there with you as well. But I love it. It's like I put so much, I put all my love into creating this. So it's all the exercises and practices and that I used for myself to help me to tweak things so they fit for myself. And I would love to teach you how to calibrate and change things for you so they are better fit for you, and they really shift the way you feel about life and the experiences you have in life, and how you feel about yourself as well, right? So if that speaks to you, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and in the meantime, sending you all lots and lots of love and rainbows to brighten up the tough times just a little. See you guys, bye.